There's nothing like sipping a steaming, hot cup of coffee in a scenic outdoor setting. Whether conditions are beautiful and balmy or dreary and drizzly, you can always count on liquid energy to put a little pep in your step. When you start looking for the best way to brew the perfect cup of joe, you'll quickly find that there are a ton of products out there. We tested the best instant coffee and coffee makers on the market for camping, backpacking, and travel to make it easy for you to find the right one for your adventure style. In this video, we are going to review the top 5 best coffee makers. We made the list based on their popularity, quality, price, durability, user opinion, and more. To see more information and the most up-to-date prices, check out the links in the description below. Number 5. ESPRO Travel Press. We loved having our coffee maker built into a completely self-contained mug. It was extremely easy to use and fairly easy to clean. It didn't make as much coffee as we expected, though. A lot of the bottom of the mug is taken up by the grounds. We were usually disappointed to find ourselves drinking the last sip way sooner than we thought we should be. If you like to slowly sip your coffee, this definitely isn't the mug for you. By about 10 minutes in, the coffee turned extremely bitter, a problem common to all of the French presses. Still, if you want a quick and convenient way to whip up your coffee and bring it on the go, this is a neat little mug. Number 4. Primula Coffee Brew Buddy. We were initially skeptical of the Primula Coffee Brew Buddy's design. It dips down into the cup and acts more like a tea bag than a pour-over. We quickly came around. The Primula let the coffee stay in contact with hot water longer to get a more balanced flavor. It was one of the best tasting coffees in our blind taste test. Alternatively, the biggest issue that we had with other pour-over coffee makers was that the coffee tended to be sour and under-extracted. Combine that with the fact that it's simple to use and extremely compact, and the Brew Buddy looks even stronger. It can be an exercise in patience to try to pour boiling water from a camping pot into the small basket. It can only hold a little bit of water at a time, and if you overfill it, it quickly overflows onto the flat top and makes a mess. Still, this is a quick and easy way to make a good cup of coffee. It's also just light enough and small enough for backpacking. Number 3. Hario V60 Plastic Coffee Dripper. It's capable of making a really great cup of coffee, but more often than not, we ended up with mediocre or bad coffee. The Hario V60 was an unequivocal last in our taste test. It has a much larger hole at the bottom than any other pour-over coffee maker in our test. If you have coffee that's ground too coarse or you pour your water over too quickly, you end up with seriously weak coffee. Using finely ground coffee led to more consistent taste, but we just couldn't get it to reliably make decent coffee. We read a lot of strategies and recommendations, the most important of which was to use a slow and consistent pour. That was easy enough with a kitchen kettle, but it's tough to do with a camping pot. On the plus side, the V60 was extremely easy to clean up. It's also fairly inexpensive. Overall, unless you plan on camping with a gooseneck kettle to get a perfect, consistent pour, the V60 may be better left in the kitchen. Number 2. AeroPress Coffee Maker. The AeroPress was our top pick all around. It was the clear winner in our blind taste test, with both of our testers listing it as the best tasting coffee of the bunch. It's also the quickest way to get your morning caffeine fix. Brewing takes just over 2 minutes, not including the time to boil water. Cleaning it is extremely simple and only takes a few seconds. It's compact enough to slip into anyone's camping kit. Although it's a little heavy for backpacking, we've brought it on a couple short overnighters. With all the included tools, it weighs in at 9.5 ounces. But you can easily get by with just the main body and a few filters for 6.3 ounces. Since the AeroPress is designed for making 1 to 2 cups at a time, it's best for small groups. To make 2 cups, add an extra half scoop or so of ground coffee and let the water drain from the 4 mark to the 2 mark a couple times before creating the suction, letting the coffee brew, then pressing it out. It does have some drawbacks. We found that it could be a little finicky and lead to under-extracted and slightly sour coffee. Turning the AeroPress upside down and letting the coffee sit for 1 to 2 minutes before flipping it over and pressing led to a more balanced cup. It can take some playing around with the timing to get the taste you want. Another drawback is that the AeroPress requires specific coffee filters. Still, the AeroPress comes with a generous supply of them, and they are tiny and easy to pack. The filters included in the box have lasted us nearly a year of making coffee most mornings, so you don't have to replace them too often. The AeroPress quickly became our all-around favorite way to make a quick, delicious cup of camp coffee. We highly recommend it. Pair it with a good camping coffee mug or mess kit and you have all you need to start your mornings off right in the backcountry. Number 1. Farberware Classic Stainless Steel Yosemite 8-Cup Percolator. As long as you let it percolate long enough, at least 1 minute per cup, and don't leave it at a hard boil while it percolated, it's hard to mess up. It also makes a lot of coffee at one time. Plus, it just looks cool sitting around your campsite. Although we really liked it, it had some negatives that put it behind planetary design as our go-to for groups. It was the slowest of the coffee makers we tested, taking an agonizing 21 minutes to make a full 8 cups of coffee. It was also the least convenient to clean, with multiple parts that require a lot of rinsing. We had mixed feelings about the glass knob on the lid. It allows you to see when the coffee starts to percolate, and it feels pretty durable. But glass and camping just generally aren't a good mix. Even though you have to wait a while, the Farberware made the largest amount of coffee. You could also leave coffee sitting in it for as long as you wanted, it didn't turn bitter like the French press coffee did. Overall, the Farberware percolator is an inexpensive and reliable way to make a lot of coffee in one go while you're camping. Thanks for tuning in to our guide on the best coffee makers. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more audio and tech reviews. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And as always, check out the description for links to the products mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.